And welcome to 22 News at 4. I'm Kiara Smith, and we'll get to your top 4 at 4 in just a moment. But first, a look at your commuter traffic and weather. And 22 News Storm Team meteorologist Brian Lapis, you're here with us today, so it's beautiful out there. It is.
You know, I was thinking as you were introducing our 4 p.m. digital newscast, there are 4 major events happening this weekend.
4, it's a lot.
3 County Fair, Blandford Fair, Festa in Ludlow, and the Stone Soul Festival happening in Springfield this weekend.
Got a lot going on.
Yeah, and hopefully the weather will cooperate. There are going to be some times where it's a little dicey. Anyway, by the way, it's good to have you here as our
great to see you.
Extra special guest star anchor. It's going to be fantastic. Let's take a look at traffic, shall we? And right now, traffic is pretty fantastic considering it's kind of a getaway or get-in weekend. You can see here I-91 from Springfield to Deerfield is in good shape. And even the Pike, west of the Connecticut River, moving fine. And the Mass Pike east of the Connecticut River is fine. There's a little slowdown in the usual spot there, eastbound, just on the east side of the 84 merge. But all things considered, we're looking pretty good here as we begin the evening commute to start the weekend. Let's take a look at temperatures. We're more or less where we expected we would be at this time of day. Close to 80, though, in Greenfield. That's a little bit of a surprise. 76 in Springfield, 75 Orange, 77 in Westfield. Humidity is low. There's a little bit of a breeze out of the south-southeast. And we've got some clouds here off to our west. Gradually, these clouds are going to increase tonight, but we expect it will be a dry evening. And most of the day tomorrow is dry. We'll talk about the rest of the weekend with our 22 News Storm Team Skycast. Kiara.
Thanks, Brian. We have another update on last year's mass shooting in Lewiston, Maine. A new report from the Department of Homeland Security says that former Army reservist Robert Card could have been stalking his ex-coworkers in an attempt to ambush them. Card was responsible for the death of 18 people at a bowling alley and a bar before taking his own life at his job site. Another report was released last week which highlighted the failures of both the Army Reserve and local police to prevent the attack. We have an update now to massive boar's head deli meat recall over the last year. USDA officials have logged 69 instances of non-compliance with federal regulations at a boar's head plant in Virginia. The plant has been connected to a deadly listeria outbreak that has claimed 9 lives and hospitalized 57 others. According to the report, the violations at the plant came after instances where mold, insects, and a pool of blood were found in the plant. Operations are currently paused at the plant. Boar's Head recalled 7 million pounds of meat and poultry products last month. Johnny Gaudreau of the Columbus Blue Jackets was killed by a suspected drunk driver on Thursday night. New Jersey State Police say Gaudreau and his brother Matthew were riding as pedal cyclists when they were fatally struck by a vehicle. Both brothers were New Jersey natives and were in the area to be groomsmen in their sister's wedding. Johnny Gaudreau played 11 seasons in the NHL for both the Calgary Flames and the Columbus Blue Jackets. Boeing's Starliner is expected to depart from the International Space Station next week, without its crew. The Starliner will leave ISS on September 6th and is expected to land the next day, ending a 3-month flight. The Starliner launched on June 5th on its first ever crewed mission carrying NASA astronauts Suni Williams and Butch Wilmore toward the ISS. The mission was supposed to last just 10 days or so, but NASA and Boeing kept extending as they studied a thruster issue. Williams and Wilmore are expected to return on a SpaceX capsule in February. And now let's get into this weather. We have Brian Lapis here with us again. Brian, tell us, what we can expect. It was a beautiful day out there today.
Yeah, and you know what? Tomorrow's not looking terrible. The questions here over the weekend are where and when it's going to rain. So let's see if we can answer a couple of those questions right now with our 22 News Storm Team Skycast. And as you mentioned, we're off to a great start. Sunshine and scattered clouds. If you have evening plans, some Friday night fun and frivolity, you're in good shape. 5 o'clock here this afternoon, just some scattered clouds, a little bit of a breeze. And notice we're looking at scattered clouds here at 7 o'clock this evening, and then gradually during the evening hours we start to see some clouds start to surround us here by midnight. So it's scattered clouds this evening and then increasing clouds overnight. There could be some patches of drizzle or fog in here early tomorrow morning. Mostly cloudy day here tomorrow, and then the chance for showers in the afternoon hours. Although the latest forecast data is keeping us dry through about sunset tomorrow. With that said, I wouldn't chance it. If you have outdoor plans, I would not cancel those outdoor plans for tomorrow afternoon. But I would have some rain gear ready and have an indoor alternative ready to go if you're going to the UMass football game tomorrow afternoon, kickoff at 3:30. You might want to bring a rain jacket just to be on the safe side going to any of those fairs, the Blandford Fair, the Three-County Fair, same deal. We will talk more in depth about when the bulk of the rain happens this weekend tonight on 22 News at 5.
At the Paralympics in Paris, swimmer Ellie Mark brought home Team USA's first medal. Marks won silver in the women's 50-meter freestyle S6 race. Swimmers from China and Ukraine won the gold and bronze medals. Fair season is getting underway in western Massachusetts, with today marking exactly 2 weeks until the start of the Big E. There will be plenty of new sights to see and new foods to eat when the fair opens for its 17-day run on September 13th. A dozen different acts are scheduled to play the Court of Honor stage, while artists including Ludacris, Diplo, and Big Time Rush will perform in the Big E Arena. Advanced discount tickets for admission to the Big E are available through September 11th. Now for a look at what we're working on for 22 News starting at 5. The deadline for an agreement with PVTA workers is approaching. We'll have a look at the possibility of a strike on Sunday. Plus, with Labor Day coming up, the roads and skies are expected to get a lot busier this weekend. And we'll have a look back at the week on Beacon Hill with our State House Spotlight.
All things considered, traffic is looking pretty good here. I-91 north and southbound from the Connecticut state line into Franklin County is running smoothly. And the Pike, east and west of the Connecticut River, also running smoothly. If you are headed, say, east into Worcester County, you're going to run into a slowdown near Sturbridge at the I-84 merge, as often happens at this time of week and this time of day. We'll update our rain chances for the weekend on 22 News at 5.
Thanks for joining us this afternoon for 22 News at 4. Join us on TV tonight starting at 5, and you can get all your local news and weather updates anytime on wwlp.com and the 22 News mobile app.